If I can find the mic stand. This young man's making his K-Town comedy debut. He's all the way from Boise, Idaho. My buddy, Mr. Charlie Bailey.
How you guys doing? Well, thank you for coming out tonight and supporting me in the thing that's got me fired from most of my jobs. Customer service. We've all been there, right? We've all done customer service before. Oh, it's a hard job, isn't it? If you don't know what customer service is, if you've never done the job, let me give you a brief description. Basically, it's a rectal exam that you get paid for. Hopefully you get health insurance. You go to work 8, 10, 12 hours a day, whatever the job is, and you listen to people whine and bitch and complain. And those are just your coworkers. But you have to deal with it, right? And you know what I hate about working in an office is there's always like 2 or 3 women walking around, they're all pregnant at the same time, right? And they always say the same stupid thing too. Oh, there must be something in the water. Yeah, there must be. Or you might want to check your vagina. That might be where the problem started. We're all drinking the same water, we're all doing okay. Really, ladies, what's with the lotion? You ever walk by a woman's desk and she's got like 8 bottles of lotion on her desk? What skin disease do you have that you need that much lotion? I walked by a lady's desk one day, she looked a buttload of lotion on her desk, which, by the way, not an effective measuring tool. It's not. So, Steve said that I'm from Boise. I did grow up in Boise. I've lived in Utah for about 4 years now. I don't like to tell people I live in Utah. You guys get that? When you meet someone for the first time, like, where are you from? You're like, Utah. Because they all say the same stupid thing, don't they? They kind of generalize who we are. Like, oh, you're Mormon? No, I'm not Mormon, and I don't like that people say that. I don't need religion in my life to judge you harshly. Pretty sure I can do that without going to church. And, you know, it's not like I don't get it. I mean, I understand. I see people walking around Salt Lake City with their What Would Jesus Do bracelets, right? You guys have seen them. The thing that I have a problem with is when somebody says to me, what would Jesus do? In my head, I'm singing, for a Klondike bar. And really, what would Jesus do for a Klondike bar? I mean, die for our sins, apparently. That's great. And the other thing I don't like about religion, too, is that I don't need a couple of guys riding their bikes up to my house, wanting to come in the house, trying to sell me on some bullshit that I'm not going to believe. I have someone that does that now. He's my son. Quite honestly, he does a much better job of it. Now, to be fair, my son is 4, and we have a great relationship. We go to the park, the zoo, lagoon, you know, we do all the father-son stuff. And people are attracted to my son. They're like, oh, you have the most adorable little boy. Are you sure you're the dad? I can't hear that enough. That's awesome. So I had to have a talk with my son because he's getting at that age. I don't know how to do the discipline thing now. I mean, do you spank your child? Do you ground them, put them in the room? It's timeouts. None of it really works. So I sat him down one day and I said, look, Vance, because when I call him Jennifer, he looks at me weird. I said, Vance, here's the deal. No matter what you do, no matter how much you screw up, and you are going to screw up because, let's face it, you're my kid, I will never hit you no matter what you do. But I will beat the living hell out of all of your imaginary friends. We've got to get a message across somehow. So, all right, so have you guys seen the preview for the new Rock of Love, Bret Michaels? Have you seen that yet? Yeah. You know, that might have been a PetSmart commercial. Never mind. I just remember seeing a bunch of dogs running around in slutty clothes, which is pretty much the same show. The weather's hot. Are you guys as ready for the fall weather as I am? Are you sick of the heat? Yeah. It's so hot and sticky, and the flies and the bugs get in the house. My wife and I were driving the other day, and we got on the freeway, and that one fly gets stuck in the back window, you know, it's like buzzing around, bugging the crap out of you. You think he ever looks out the window from time to time and sees that he's going 60 miles an hour and thinks, oh my God, I'm kicking ass. Oh my God, I can't stop. Another thing I saw the other day, which really broke my heart, was I saw Animal Control. They picked up a dog. And that bothers me. I'm sure we have a lot of pet owners here. We love our animals. We're like a member of the family. And it bothers me because I know that, if that dog doesn't get a home eventually, they're going to put it down to sleep. And that bothers me because I think that policy should apply to the homeless. Why do they get to run that? Am I right? Do you feel awkward when you don't have change for them? Why do we feel like we have to prove to them that all we have is a debit card? You pull it out, this is all, I swear. I've got nothing. Unless you've got someplace I can slide this, I'm out of luck today, pal. What I like to do is when homeless people, I see them coming up, they're kind of hard to miss. And they come up to you to ask for change, I'll ask them for change first. Let them feel a little awkward. They don't know. Do they? Did you guys watch the Olympics? Yeah, okay. I don't know. I was kind of bored with the Olympics. I'm glad it's over. I like the Special Olympics. First of all, they're funny to watch. And, it's something I think I could compete in someday. How do they do the handicap parking at the Special Olympics? Is it all handicap parking? Wait, they should at least have 2 spots up in the front, don't you think? But instead of the wheelchair guy, maybe a guy with 2 legs? I think it's only fair. But we have signs for everything. It shows us where handicapped people can park. Do you know that they still post 911, the number to call in case of an emergency? Is there anybody that does not know what number to call? Do we saw people calling 411? Hello? I have an emergency. No. And if you are so brain dead that you're calling 411, maybe you deserve to have that carjacking. Look, we all miss your baby, but maybe it's time to start pre-programming some numbers in your phone. NyQuil. Love NyQuil. But they have a warning label on the back, and it's to make sure that you don't overdose on it, take too much. Really, NyQuil? Is that why you provide us with a shot glass? It feels more like a drinking challenge, doesn't it? So, is it weird to anybody else that Asian children with Down syndrome look like normal children? I know, it's a bad joke. I get that. But I have to do it because I want to make sure that you see the positive side to the joke. And there is a positive side, you just have to really want to see it. Think about it. You've got an Asian child with Down syndrome. Number 1, they don't look like they've got Down syndrome. Number 2, they don't look Asian. Oh no, wait, the joke's not over, there's more. Fast forward in this kid's life into his high school years, first job, right? He doesn't have to work at Panda Express anymore. He can get any job he wants, right? What that is, that's a win-win for us, because now we're going to get a decent-sized serving of orange chicken. Think about it, folks. Who do you want giving you the orange chicken? The Asian kid that's trying to save the family business some money, or the dumb white kid that just doesn't give a crap? A lot of people get mad when I do racial humor. It's like, okay, we don't have to do racial humor. We can totally go a different route here. Do we have any Mexicans here tonight? Oh, well, I have to ask that. Not because I'm racist, but I do have acid reflux, and I can't hang out with spicy people late at night. It keeps me up. My friends don't like it when I do jokes like that, I think because they're afraid we're outnumbered. Whatever. And they're like, hey dude, you can't do jokes about Mexicans. Oh, yes I can. I have a friend that's half Mexican. And all that means is that he's only going to steal half your hubcaps. I'm kidding, that's a joke. He'll steal all 4. Mexicans are horrible at math, especially fractions, unless they're divvying out drugs. And let's face it, in Utah you're not going to find any good products, but we are in Kern, so it's probably a coin toss. But I do jokes about all races. I don't just make fun of the Asians and the Mexicans, whatever. You know who gets offended the most about racial humor? White people. What could you say about white people? Really? White people? Have you been to a Walmart ever? shopping once at Walmart a couple of nights before. It was like somebody vomited white trash in a festive manner. I've never seen so many wife beaters, and I'm not talking about the shirt. And if I can go off on a rant just for a second, I know you love the racial stuff, but if you are a larger person, I'm not going to say fat, just larger. Okay, I'll be politically correct. And you shop with 2 or 3 members of your family, teach them how to walk single file down an aisle. Okay? Seriously. To get past you, I have to play a game of Red Rover, send Twinkies right over. It's crazy, right? So if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I had diarrhea last night. Yeah. Which, by the way, I don't know if you knew this or not, diarrhea, projectile, or explosive diarrhea is the best way to prevent rape. It's true. Yeah. Now, I know, it's messy, but do the math. You're not going to get sexually violent. I mean, you're still going to die, but at least you're not going to get, raped. So speaking of relationships, I'm married, just had my 1-year anniversary a little while ago. Thanks. Appreciate that. And, I'm glad I'm not dating anymore. You guys know, right? Doesn't dating stink? Isn't it horrible to date? It's like when you first start dating, it works out really well, right? You always look good and you smell good, ladies with your buttload of lotion. And whenever you go out to eat, you hold hands and you stare at each other for long periods of time, because that's what you do when you're in love, right? Yeah, look at that same couple 6 months into the relationship. If you look at your partner like that, you're like, what the hell are you looking at? What's wrong with you? Yeah. So I'm glad I'm married now. I can look at my wife any way I want. The women are like, no, you can't. So, everybody has their own rules that they go by when they're dating somebody. Things that are okay, things that are not okay. I went by one thing when I was dating, and here's the thing, ladies. When I was dating, if you were someone that has had sex with a black man, it's not going to happen for us, okay? Basically what that is, that's like me giving my sweater to somebody, and then you stretching out the neck hole, and then giving it back. A sweater is no longer fun to wear anymore, okay? All right, guys, my name is Charlie Bailey. That's my time. Thank you so much.
Keep it going, Charlie Bailey, everyone.